Hi guys, this is Travis with BetLab Sports, and I wanted to show you a couple of the new filters that we've added to BetLabs recently, specifically for baseball now that the season's underway. Um, what we have here, I've already started an MLB over-under system, and we're looking at the under, and we're going to go down here to statistics, and we're going to scroll down a little bit, and we'll see these new filters here. And so dealing with a lot of the batted ball, the strikeout rate, walk rate of pitchers, and how that can influence the over-unders and how to bet those. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the strikeout rates for each pitcher. I found a pretty good money line system dealing with strikeout percentages. Looks to be pretty predictive so far, just in the small time that I've looked at it. But even with the graph, you can see as the strikeout rate increases from left to right, the amount of green increases as well on the graph, meaning more wins, obviously, for the green, more losses for the red. Um, we'll just pick an arbitrary endpoint. Looks like a good one there. 16.7 on the graph. And we'll hit save for that. So now our home starter has to have a strikeout rate of at least 16.7%. We'll do the same thing. We'll go down here. Let's look at the visitor strikeout percentage as well. Again, take a look at the graph. Um, it's going to be about the same. We'll just pick like I said, we'll pick a random endpoint for this as well. Not being too particular for this video, just kind of showing you guys what these filters can do. But we'll go ahead and hit save filter for that one as well. Alright, so now we have these two combined filters. Um, Decent. ROI is only 2.5%, a little bit lower than I'd like to see. Here's the graph below. See, it kind of had an up and down season last year. We can zoom in. You can see it definitely went down into May, and then towards the end of July, it was kind of at its peak, and then really crashed into August and September. Um, but there's a few other filters you can always look for. One thing to notice is whenever you're dealing, this is with a strikeout rate. That's a seasonal rate. This isn't the pitcher's career rate. So after one start, whatever their strikeout rate is for that first game, that's going to be their strikeout rate. So one thing I like to do is go down here to time period and look at the game number and let the season kind of get underway for a little bit before you start using these seasonal rates. You can even see looking at the graph, there's a lot of red here, you know, early on in the season. If we look here, get to like past 40 games, um, that'll kind of improve our results a little bit. If you really want to improve them, you get here to around 65 games, and you can see the ROI goes up a little bit more. We'll just go with that for now, and go ahead and hit save filter. But obviously, the point being that the longer the season goes on, the more that strikeout rate will be indicative of how good that pitcher actually is pitching. Another thing we can look at is just looking at the total itself. We already have this filter here where we're betting on the under. We've already told the system that's what we want to do. But we can also look at the range of what the total actually is, see if there's anything there. You can see 5.5. There's been 15. You can go 8. Has been the most profitable, probably just because that's one of the more common totals we have. You can see once it gets here above 10, you see a little bit of a drop off, but so maybe you could just say as long as the total is less than 10, then you can go with that. So we'll change the right endpoint to 10 just to help that out a little bit and ignore a lot of those games that are either probably at Coors Field or at something like Wrigley with the wind blowing out. I'm trying to think of any other scenarios where that would work, where the pitchers would have that high of a strikeout rate, but you get a total over 10. But there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do now. Obviously, we have a ton of filters in here. And I'll try to do a lot more videos showing you what's in here. But just for statistics, you can see I can't even fit it all in one scroll. uh, but yeah, a lot of these new rates and things, I haven't even got a chance to play around with a lot yet. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what I can do. Looking at ground ball pitchers and things like that, see how they affect the totals. A lot of There's a lot of different ideas that you can obviously test with this data really quickly and really easily with Bet Labs. If you want to try this out yourself, we're doing 1 month of baseball Bet Labs for only 49 bucks. So you get a whole month to try it out. That's a good way to see if this is going to be something that you can use every day. I guarantee you, once you get in here, start playing around with it, you'll love it. It'll save you a ton of time. So if you do want to try that out, there'll be a link on the screen there. You can click on that, and it'll take you over. Until next time, best of luck on the diamond.